up, and welcome back to the channel. It is the Sunday, November 2nd, 2025 Helium Miner Update coming to you from our relatively balmy Wyoming World Headquarters here, Alpine, Wyoming. We're about 35 miles southwest of Jackson. Not too much wind. You can see flags are not doing much. Snow is cleared out. Still got a little bit on the ground. It's been chilly this last week, though it's warming up. We're over here kind of on the northern side of the house. Snow's starting to melt. We're about 50 degrees. Take a look there. There's Ferry Peak. That's about 9,700 feet elevation. We're here at about 5,600 feet. Not too much snow on the mountain. Most of that's cleared out. We were down here to the valley floor the other day with the snow. Yeah, pretty much it's melted. Relatively chilly. We were getting these overnight lows into the upper probably teens or so. A little unusual for end of October. Kind of trying to figure out right now if we're going to have a late fall or an early winter. Last week it looked like early winter, but we'll see. We're trying to kind of figure out how much longer we're going to stay here for the season, and it's going to be a lot of that's temperature dependent. So, but anyhow, getting back to the update, we've got 4 MNTD helium miners, Oregon, and we'll go through the update here. Certainly look into some of the previous episodes if you're kind of wondering about the helium ecosphere as far as just the decentralized IoT system, kind of why we're doing this. Again, no financial advice. This is just for fun, just a hobby, as you'll see, because there's not too much to be earned here right now. But one of the things we bring to the channel is we've got these miners in different locations. So if you're looking at trying to set up something, we've got it on an island in the middle of the Pacific. We got one here in Wyoming. Got a couple in Portland. More urban city type atmosphere ecosystem. So you can kind of maybe see what to expect. So anyway, as far as just a general update on the market, got that quarter point rate cut. This past week from the Fed, kind of what was expected. I think they had like a 98% or so chance of that. That kind of followed through. Bitcoin BTC still hovering about 106.5 to 111,700. So relatively range bound there. As far as total market cap of the total crypto ecosphere ended up inching up about 0.5%. We'll see here just that as how that affected the Helium system, but then also the Bitcoin ETFs. They were seeing, I think, roughly like 600 to 800 million in outflows. So we'll see if that ends up being a trend or not. As far as people going a little more risk off there. Going to our miners, our Kona miner, that one's sitting in a hexagon with a couple of other miners. Again, you can take a look at the Helium map if you want to learn more about how that's divided up as far as those the hexagons. But again, if you've got other miners in your general area, then you're going to be doing revenue sharing. So just kind of keep that in mind. But anyway, that Kona miner earned 0.104 Helium tokens, down about 3%. And actually, before we get a little further, just as far as general market IoT token, we'd previously been earning on the miners at $0.000354 per token, up about 10%. So altcoins have been doing pretty well this week. Helium HNT at $2.33, up about 11%. Bitcoin, like I said, range bound, but right now about 110,200, down about 3% or so for the week. And then Solana finally at $183.88, down about 7%. So that's that market update. Moving on, our Portland miner, Portland 1, sitting in a hexagon with 5 other miners. That's in a little office building we've got there in northwest Portland. So we're doing some revenue sharing there with the other miners. 0.043 Helium tokens for the week, down about 10% there. Our Portland 2 miner. That one's sitting in a hexagon by itself, so no revenue sharing. That one is at 0.146 helium tokens for the week, up about 32%, so good news there. And then finally, our Alpine miner, sitting in hexagon by itself. But if you've been following along on the channel here in recent times, you'll know that no revenue generated there. We did have a couple other miners in town over the, from about a year or so ago, and then people have basically kind of shut those down. And so the OR miner is working. It's not transmitting to other miners, so no useful work's being done. So because of that, no revenue to report. So totaling all that up, 7-day earnings, 0.293 helium tokens, and then on a 30-day basis, Kona at 0.458 helium tokens, our Portland 1 location 0.205 helium tokens, and then finally our Portland 2 location at 0.474 helium tokens, and then Alpine both on the 7-day and the 30-day big fat goose egg there. So it looks like our Portland 2 miner, as far as not revenue sharing there, doing a little bit better than the Kona one. I think I mentioned in previous live streams here, there has been some incentives for folks to do the helium mining in areas where the cost of living is a little bit higher. So the earnings have been kind of incentivized there. Because that Kona miner, like I said, a little just slightly less than Portland, but revenue sharing with other miners, so doing a little better there. Taking a look at that total 30 days, we are at 1.137 helium tokens. And then finally, let's get to the revenue side of things. We do calculate the ROI on these live streams just to kind of give you a better idea of where we're at. Like I said, no financial advice here, but just so you can see that, you can kind of compare it to what your system is doing, or if you're looking at setting up a helium miner. So let's go ahead and take a look there. Our 7-day earnings, whopping 68 cents. That's at helium at $2.33 per token. And then our 30-day earnings, $2.65, another whopping total there. So we do the ROI calculation here on the channel, basically just we take that 30-day earnings, divide by 30 to get a daily rate, extrapolate out over 365 days, and then divide that by the capital investment to get that total. And that looks like that right now gives us an ROI of 2%. Which is better than 1.9% last week, which was better than 1.8% the week before. Still lower than T-bills. But like I said, this is just a hobby, so just kind of fun here and doing these live streams to report to you folks out there. We've actually got folks that are from around the globe, so it's kind of cool. But anyway, just letting you know what's going on. And then we do get questions here from folks that want to set up a miner, and you just want to be careful that if you do buy it secondhand, that there is not a helium wallet attached to it, because then you'll end up with a big expensive paperweight versus getting it factory direct. I mean, obviously, if you get it secondhand, you can save some money there, but there is that risk of the if you do have the wallet attached to it, that it's gonna encumber you being able to get that set up. So just to let you know about that. So anyhow, let's just take a quick look around before we roll. Like I said, nice day, a little overcast. We've been pretty blue sky this last week, which also typically means it's a little colder. It's going to be warmer tonight because this clouds are going to hold the heat in. So sun's trying to kind of peek out, but we're in the upper 40s, almost 50 or so degrees. I think we're going to get a couple of degrees warmer here. You can see sun peeking out there on the range. And by the way, looking through that cottonwood there, that's Jackson Hole, about 35, 36 miles that way as the crow flies up the canyon. So just kind of giving you view around. You can hear a couple of planes there at the air park too. So yeah, 9,700 feet up there, pretty nice. So that is about it. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend, whether you're watching the NFL or whatever you're doing. And we will see you for the update next week. Peace.